Yeah, so like I was saying, the formal definition, right, is no longer in its pure or original form the base. All right. So when you go back to Zechariah 9 and 6, basically letting you know that the real Israelite is not in that land. All right. So the scripture is, basically telling you that fake, all right, or a phony will dwell in the land. All right. Let's just get back to it right quick. Zechariah 9 and verse 6, it says, "A bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Palestinians." All right. So these people in Israel today, they're not the original Israelites. All right. They're fakes. They're unoriginal. All right. And let me just get a real quick. Let me just get a real quick in the New Testament. All right. It says, and this is another future prophecy. It says, "Behold, I will make them of the synagogues of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee." All right. Now, this is letting basically there's somebody, you know, walking around the earth saying that they are Jews, but they're not. All right. And are actually the synagogues of Satan. All right. Now let's go to Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. It says, "I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich." All right. Now let me just go into the word here. Poverty. All right. Because everybody know that majority of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, all right, we don't got no bread. All right. May have a few jakes that made it, you know, but the money that they have is still chump change, to these Edomites. All right. Yeah. So poverty. It says beggary, indigence, poverty. All right. Let me just get it. Yeah. So this is looked up the word poverty here, right? It said the state of being extremely poor. All right. Now, if you know anything about these so-called Jewish people, they're not extremely poor. All right. So then, who's these scriptures talking about? It's talking about the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American. All right. The state of being extremely poor, penury, destitution. All right, which means that you lack. All right, and we financially we are destitute. All right, because we have to go to the so-called white man for almost everything. All right, and these are the nation. All right, even the water that we drink sometimes, it's come from these are the nation, and you got to pay for it. All right, water that the earth provide for free. You gotta pay for it. All right. It says pennilessness, privation, deprivation. All right. And we, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, is deprived of a lot of things more than these other nations. All right. Impoverishment, neediness, need, want, hardship, right? And needless to say, we go through the most hardship than any other nation on the face of the planet Earth. All right. Now let's jump down here. All right. It says here antonyms wealth. All right. And that's exactly what these heathen might have. All right. These people over in the land of Israel that calls themselves Jews. All right. Jewish. You know, Zionist Jews, whatever they calling themselves. That's exactly what they have wealth. All right. They own a whole lot. All right. You know, you could research it. Will show you that these people got shares in a lot of companies. All right. A lot of sports leagues, a lot of stuff that goes on in Hollywood. They fund it. All right. You know, it says here, right? Second definition: state of being inferior in quality or insufficient in amount. All right. So our money, all right, or our wealth, physical wealth, is inferior, all right, to Esau, all right, because these we money can't match their money, all right. No time we could go pound for pound with them with money, all right. You take the richest so-called Negro or Latino or Native American, and he's probably like he still don't he's still not gonna make it into the 1%. All right, you know, right? And basically, what we call rich for we is not rich for them. All right, it says or insufficient in amount. All right, and most of us we living by day to day. Could barely make it to another day. All right, the money that we have is almost insufficient. All right, but the Most High stay providing for us. And that's the only reason why we're able to make it. All right, good. Now I just wanna point something out real quick, right? Just point something out real quick. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy. No, actually, I just want to read this in the Apocrypha before I read that. All right, and it can be Second Maccabee 5 and verse 19. All right, Salakia, that this app it doesn't have the Apocrypha in it. Yeah, Isani Dam commercials one. Anyway, so this is Second Maccabee 5 and verse 19. It says, nevertheless, the Most High did not choose the people for the place's sake, but the place for the people's sake. See? So basically, not because you live in the land of Israel, all right, means you're an Israelite, right, or you're a descendant of the nation of Israel. You could be Israeli citizen, yeah, all right, but you're not an Israelite, all right. You know, you're what we say an Israelite, all right? Because it's a big lie, you know, like we read in Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. All right. So I just want to read this again. It says, nevertheless, the Mosai, Second Maccabees 5 and verse 19. Nevertheless, the Mosai did not choose the people for the place sake. All right, because Israel is a people before a place. All right, and the real Israelites are not in Israel. Right, but the place for the people's sake. All right. And therefore, 20 it says, and therefore the place itself that was partaker with them of the adversity that happened to the nation. Right? I'm going to read that again. It says, and therefore the place itself that was partaker with them of the adversity that happened to them. See? So, hey, these are the nations trampled down the nation of Israel. All right? You know, same way they trampled down the land of Israel. All right, that's why they got so much gay parades, you know, all these bullshit going on over there. Right, you know, the same way, you know, they polluted the so-called blacks, you know, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, which a lot of our people call themselves blacks. All right, talking about you so-called Negroes. All right. Same way they polluted our mind to the point where we don't know who we are or we don't like each other. The same way they pollute the land with all the crap that they got going on over there. All right. So the land was partaker of the you know, some of the adversity that happened to Israel. All right. It says they'd afterward communicate in the benefits sent from the Mosai. And as it is written, it was forsaken in the wrath of the Almighty. So again, the great Lord of the Almighty, Salaki, the great Yahweh, being reconciled, it was set up with all glory. All right. You know, so once Yahweh Shai comes back again, right? The land and the Israelites return to there. The land gonna be set back in its right order. All right. But for right now, the adversity that fall upon the nation, the people of Israel, you know, fall upon the land as well. So that's why you have, you know, those people over there. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse. All right. Yeah, verse 6-4. It says 6-4. It says, and Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even to the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy families have known, even wood of stone. Alright? This reader again it says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people. Alright? The so-called um Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans is the only people that was scattered among all people by the means of slavery. Alright? Because slaves was not only coming to, you know, these part the Americas, all right, South, North, and Central America, were also going and coming from Europe, all right, and other parts of the world, Arabia, all right. You know, up to today, I was looking at a documentary, you know, being black and German, all right, and I was actually, you know, surprised to know how deep, you know, the so-called Negroes, how far into the history, you know, the so-called Negroes are in Germany. All right, we're all over, bro. And A lot of people, don't know, right? Just because they don't research, which is why a lot of camps and Israelites, they teach that, you know, the so-called Latinos and Native American are not Israelites, but they actually are. All right. You got to research because these people, all right, the so-called Latinos and Native Americans, they were being put on slave ships and was being taken to and fro in the Americas, all right, and back to Europe too, all right, to work as slaves, all right. And these never happened, and that prophecy never happened to the so-called Jewish people, all right, because if it was so, I live here in Guyana, all right. I don't know one Jewish person that settled here, all right. And literally, you could go anyway and see a so-called Negro, a Latino, or a descendant of one of those persons, that may not actually look like them, but you will you will still get some sort of representation of them in every land. All right, right. So this is back in Deuteronomy 28 and 68. This time it says, "And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I speak unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. There ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." All right. So this literally never happened to the so-called uh, Jewish people. Just literally, basically, never happened to them. All right. However, it is evident that it happened to the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native American. All right. We were the one that was sold into slavery. All right. You know, so we're the one that fit the prophecy of the Israelites, and they're the one that fit the prophecy of Edom and heathens. All right. So with that, hopefully this was edifying. Say kala lalim la Yahweh Basham Yahushai Basham Rakakutash Shalom.